All right, so one of the common questions I get is, should I pay off this debt? Should I pay off that debt? Should I do this? Should I do that? Happened this morning, and ironically, it was like a client that I've been working with for about 13 years, since the bottom of the real estate recession. And so I think this is a good question to answer regardless of where you are in the financial planning process. But essentially, the question that wasn't asked is, if I have extra dollars, where should they go? So, generally speaking, if you have enough emergency money, that should be sort of step one. Assuming you don't have any bad credit card debt or anything. If you have credit card debt, you didn't have extra money. That's why you have credit card debt. So we go back to the start. So assuming you have your emergency money and there's no carry forward high interest debt, then generally putting money into your employer's 401k plan will instantly double your money on a pre-tax basis. So most companies will give you 4% if you put in 4%. You just netted yourself a 4% raise, and the dollar you invested just doubled. And the government isn't going to tax you on it until you take it out later. So that is generally step number one. Depending on where you are in your tax bracket now and where you're going to be in retirement, then you can decide if step two is step three or if step three is step two. But the limit on the 401k is higher than the match. So you can always increase how much you save. And you can do it on a pre-tax basis, tax later, or a tax-free basis. Pay taxes now, pay taxes never again on that money. And that's called a Roth. You can do an individual Roth if you qualify, and if your employer has a Roth 401k, you can do that too. Once you're maxing all these out, then we can talk about speculating. We can talk about non-retirement savings. We can talk about, funding a college, which grows sort of tax-free like a Roth. The rules are a little different, but that's 4 or 5. Generally, we have a cultural bias to pay down debt. But if you have a long-term mortgage earning less, costing you less than inflation, you're probably better off getting the tax-free growth. So, 1, assuming you don't have debt and you have enough emergency money, you got to take the free money. Then you should take the tax-free money. Then you might want to go back to maxing out the 401k. Then we think about college funds. Then we think, okay, do we buy stock that will sell later? Or do we pay down the debt? Generally, that's the priority.